All right, this is our video lesson on the equation of a line. So the first activity we were going to do in class, it says, using a graphing calculator, complete a table for y equals 2x plus 3. And it says, use the x values in the table. So we're not actually going to look for a pattern this time. We're just going to use the x values that we were told. So the first step is to turn on your calculator and press y equals, y equals, okay, hold on one second. Okay, this should go away now, and okay, we're back. Or not. Hold on one second here. Okay, I'll eventually get somewhere with this. This is giving me such difficulty, but here we go. All right, so y equals, we're going to clear out whatever's in our calculator, and we're going to type in the equation, which was 2x plus 3. And we're going to get a table by pressing second graph, which gives us this table. But we want the x values between -3 and 3. Those were the directions. So I move one up in the table, and here's my table of values. Okay, and you should copy that down. You should really have your calculator to do this. So our first point, we're going to plot the points. That's what the second direction says. Plot the points on the graph. And we're going to connect the points. So -3 is our first point. -2, -1 is our second. -1, 1 is our third. 0, 3 is our fourth. 1, 5 is our fifth. 2, 7 is the sixth. And 3, 9 is the seventh. And there's our line. So we're going to make a nice line out of this. Swoop. Okay, let me just make this better on the end here. Get rid of that. Okay. And there's our line, roughly. Okay. There's our line. And then the discussion questions are really important. It says, what kind of graph do you get? Well, we get a line. Okay. And the adjective that we use to describe a line is linear. Okay, who has the word line in it? Oh, whoops, we forgot to do one thing up here. We forgot to find the slope of the line. Well, the slope, you can get it a few ways. I would get it by counting. If I start, say, at this point, and to get to this point, I'm going up 2 over 1. To get to the next one, I'm going up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. So the slope is 2 over 1, or just 2. So the slope is 2. And question 5 says, is the slope in the equation of the line? The equation of the line, the equation of the line was given to us. It was y equals 2x plus 3. And so it's pretty clear that the slope is the coefficient, meaning the number in front, of the x term. So coefficient means number in front. We discussed that word in the last unit. It's the coefficient of the x term. Then question 6 says, how is the plus 3, meaning this guy here, how is the plus 3 in the equation represented on the graph somewhere? And the answer is that if you look, where do we get a plus 3? Well, we get a plus 3 in the y values when the x is 0. Otherwise known as this point right here, we've gone 3 up, and it's the only time we use the 3, really. We've gone 3 up, and this point is called the y-intercept. So the plus 3, this plus 3 is where the graph intersects the x-axis. Oh, sorry, the y-axis. And it's called the y-intercept. Like an interception. It's like when a football player makes an interception, a defensive player catches the ball. This is like where the y-axis catches the line. So here is the y-axis, highlighted in blue. It's catching the line at this yellow, well, green point when I highlight the yellow and the blue. Okay, moving on. So this is called the slope-intercept form of a line. So we have y equals, our example was 2x plus 3. This number was the slope. This number was the y-intercept. And in general, if we don't know what say we don't have an actual number for the slope and an actual number for the y-intercept, we put in symbols for them. And the symbols that we use are the following. The letter M is going to represent the slope. The letter B represents the y-intercept. And so M is the slope of the line, and B is the y-intercept of the line. And the y-intercept is where the graph intersects or meets the y-axis. All right, so if you understand that information, you'll be able to answer a lot of different questions. So for example, it says, if I give you an equation, it says find the slope and y-intercept of the following lines. So y equals negative 4x plus 2, using our format that we just discovered for the equation of the line, the number in front of x is the slope, the other value is the y-intercept. As long as it's y equals, we have to make sure it's in that format. So the first one is in that format. So we know the slope is just the number in front of x. So the slope is the coefficient of x, so the slope is negative 4. And the y-intercept is actually a point. And if you're on the y-axis, that means your x is 0, comma, positive 2. Next one, our slope. Actually, I want to let you do the other ones. I want to skip down to number 4 for a minute, because number 4 is a little tricky. Number 4 says y minus 2x equals 7. The format for a line is it's y equals. The y is all by itself. So that's where our solving skills will come in handy. I need to get the y by itself, and so what I need to do is add 2x to both sides to make that happen okay, properly. So now I get y equals 2x, a positive 2x, plus 7. And now when I have that, I can clearly see the slope is 2, and the y-intercept is the point 0, comma 7. All right, moving on. I want to take a look at these are all the same problem, but I just want to do one with you. I want to take a look at number 8. I get 5x minus 2y equals 2. So it needs to be in y equals format. So y needs to be equal to something. So I have to get y by itself. So I have to isolate y algebraically. And to do that, I'm going to subtract 5x. I get negative 2y equals negative 5x plus 2. I want to put the x term before the 2. And I'm going to divide both sides by negative 2. So I get y is equal to a negative 5 divided by a negative 2. Negative divided by negative becomes a positive overall. So 5 over 2x. And a positive 2 divided by a negative 2. Positive 2 divided by negative 2 is just a negative 1. So here's my equation solved out for y. And now I can just get the slope and the y-intercept. The slope is 5 over 2. And the y-intercept is 0, comma, negative 1. Those are our answers. All right. You should be able to do questions 11 through 14 with no problem. I'm just going to walk you through question 15 to show you how it would be done. Let's say I had the equation of the line given the graph. So I want to write an appropriate y equals mx plus b equation. I need to find the values of m and b. M is the slope. So I'm going to use the points available to me to find the slope. So here's 1 point, Here's the other point. I'm just going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I went up 4. And I went over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the slope is 4 over 6, which is otherwise known as 2 over 3. And the y-intercept is where the graph intersects the y-axis, which is right at this point here, which is the point 0, 1. And we just grab that y value of that point, and that's the b. So I'm going to write y equals my slope, 2/3, times x plus 1. And it's that simple. And then you should be able to do the rest of those. And I'm going to do one graphing example with you. Actually, yeah, but I'm not going to do number 19. I'm going to do number 20 with you. So y equals negative 1/2 x plus 3 is our equation. Remember, this is the slope, and this will help us find the y-intercept. So guess what? It's much easier to graph the line if I have a point to start off with. And this number gives us the y-intercept. So I go to the y-axis, I start at x equals 0, and go up 3 units. So there's my y-intercept. And now the slope tells me how to go from there. The slope is negative 1 over 2. So the top number tells me to go up or down. Because it's negative, it's telling me to go down 1 unit. And the 2 on the bottom tells me always go to the right 2 units. So I'm going to start at the y-intercept, which I just determined, and I'm going to go down 1 and to the right 2. I'm going to go down 1 and to the right 2. Down 1 and to the right 2. Down 1 and to the right 2. Now, as you notice, I don't get very much going on in this quadrant over here, in quadrant 2, this quadrant right here. So what I can do is once I see the pattern of the points, I can kind of go backwards into that quadrant so I can form the rest of the line here. So instead of going down 1 and to the right 2, I'm going to go up 1 and to the left 2. And as you see, it'll fit the line. Go up 1 and to the left 2. Up 1 and to the left 2. Up 1 and to the left 2. And there's my line. And now I can draw the appropriate line. And that line would be y equals negative 1/2 x plus 3. And that's it for this video.